8.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs, no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Yuengling Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Yuengling Flight, the next generation light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WSCR all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need. Delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. That's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Ready to buy your dream car? Look to Consumers Credit Union for competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
All Cubs triples and saves are sponsored by Northern Illinois Food Bank. Help close the door on hunger. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Cubs in Pittsburgh. This is the Cubs radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Time now to check on who's hot and cold, sponsored by Plumbers 911. Plumbing emergency, call 1-833-PLUM-911. Local 130 plumbers get the job done right the first time. Michael Busch is riding an 8-game hitting streak during which he's batting .382 with a pair of home runs. The cold, Pete Crow Armstrong, 4 for 24 over his last 7 games with no home runs, a .167 average. On the injury report, Matt Shaw will not return prior to the trading deadline as he's still recovering from a wrist issue that impacts him when he swings a bat. Also, the Cubs have called up utility man James Triantos and sent down outfielder Kevin Alcantara. Coming up, the newest Cub, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Nico Horner. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Do you hear that? The roads are calling, and they're leading you to McGrath Acura of Westmont, because during the Acura Summer of Performance event, you'll find exceptional offers across the Acura lineup. The roads are calling. Now it's your turn to answer. Visit McGrath Acura of Westmont today and tell them Zach sent you.
Expires 7/31/26, 3,000 due at signing, 7,500 miles per year, plus first payment, tax, title, license, stock, and destination fee. See dealer for details.
When you do the math, you choose McGrath.
Cubs fans, it's Mully from the Mully and Haw Show weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10.
Every morning, Chicago turns to us for the latest on the Cubs and the entire Chicago sports scene.
We'll break down the biggest stories, we'll talk with great Cub guests, and hear from you, too.
Start your day with Chicago Sports Talk on the Mully and Haw Show, weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10 on the official radio home of the Cubs, Sports Radio 104.3 The Score. And don't forget, you can watch us live every morning on YouTube and Twitch.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Today's veteran of the game is Peter Ramirez from Gilbert's, who served in the United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Veteran-led and trusted since 2007. Cubs Pirates in Pittsburgh tonight. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. In our Cubs conversation, the Cubs' number 7 prospect has gotten the call to the show. 23-year-old James Triantos is here because of his ability to play both the infield and outfield, and Triantos is still processing the moment.
It didn't feel real for a while, you know. It was a lot in a little bit of time, but I'm just so excited. Like, I couldn't sleep the night before I flew here, and yesterday, thankfully, I got some more sleep, but it's just, calling my parents. It's a dream come true. It happens really fast, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm really grateful.
There's no one journey that is the same, right? And the perseverance that you had to have to get this call up says a lot about the work that you put in and all the trials and tribulations that you had to deal with, right?
No, I mean, there's definitely a lot of work that goes into it, and I love doing this. This is what I love to do every single day of my life. So, I wouldn't even consider, there's work there, but this is what I love to do. So I get an opportunity to go work every single day, and it's just I'm really looking forward to it.
The Cubs fans who haven't seen you down on the farm or in the spring training appearances, what kind of a player do you believe you can ultimately be?
I just want to help out in any role that they put me in. Play with my hair on fire. I'll go get the ball. I like being the dirtiest guy on the field. There's always effort. I'm going to give my best effort. I'm going to go run, dive, slide, do whatever. So I consider myself like a dirtbag.
What did they tell you about, at least initially, what they're looking for?
I'll be... Just be ready when we need you. Pretty simple. Like you can go in the infield, you can go in the outfield, but just be ready. And enjoy it. That's it. So.
And the smile on your face definitely says you're enjoying it. From the time that you were this big,
we have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
3-2 pitches with traffic. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a one-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman, his first of the year.
You get the future Hall of Famer in for Hunter Goodman. Last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher, just a rolling curveball. You hang it, Hunter Goodman's gonna destroy it.
That thing went 435 feet.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Crisp taste of California's Central Coast, wherever the game takes you. So relax, refresh, find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Today's Tito's Handmade Vodka canine of the game is Uzi, a 6-year-old Labrador retriever from East Lansing, Michigan. Help close the door on hunger. If the Northside team strikes out 9 players, Tito's will make a $100 donation to Paws Chicago. Cubs Pirates in Pittsburgh. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell. Brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity, candy-coated chaos. Here's Coon.
This is a ball club here in Pittsburgh. Very good pitching, power arms, and very good offense. Your thoughts on what you're looking at against them here this week?
Yeah, I mean they've been playing well. They're in the hunt for a wild card. I think they have a very talented starting rotation, and the offense was thought to be kind of maybe an afterthought, but they played really well offensively. So this is Esmeralda Valdez is maybe one of the big reasons for that. He's been outstanding. He's got like 13 homers in 30 games. But all up and down their lineup, Lau has been great. O'Hearn has been great. So they've really produced offensively, and they're a dangerous offensive team.
You have a big stretch coming up with the off day yesterday. You lose an off day with the Toronto game, the makeup game. Your thoughts on 17 days in a row of playing with your lineup, pitching staff? Any changes you have to make, Counsell?
No, I mean we'll have to give some off days to position players in this stretch. It taxes your bullpen, no question about it. Matt Boyd's going to make 3 consecutive starts on 4 days rest. So things like that. We just got to keep our eye on it, and I think it's one of the reasons why we acquired some, we put some length into the bullpen so that there's some games when hopefully Javi or Aaron can maybe just cover the second half of the game and give the relievers a so to speak day off. So those are the things that you think about during stretches like that, and then you just kind of read the games and see how it goes.
Matthew on the bump today. Since he's come back from the injured list, your take?
Well, I think he's pitching really well. I mean, I think he's, I thought it'd take him a couple starts to kind of get into the groove, and since then he's been really good. And, I think, we've got to hope that, we've got basically like a fresh Matthew Boyd for the second half, and a lot of other starters are across the game are kind of going into the 110 inning mark, and he's way below that. So I always think if you've started games all year, like August and September are super challenging for starting pitchers. It's when it feels like your start date comes a little bit faster than you want it. Hopefully for Matthew, he's still in that part of the season where you can't wait for that start day to come.
Their guy in the bump today, big power arm, a lot of fastballs around that 100-mile-an-hour mark. Your take on facing him today?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to start the game out throwing 100 miles an hour. He's back from the Tommy John surgery kind of mid-May, I think. So he's a little bit on limited pitch count, but this is a talented pitcher for sure, and he's kind of got it going the last couple starts. Really, our guys have had some success kind of before the surgery against them, but this is one we're going to see 3 really hard throwers this weekend.
Good luck this weekend, Counsell, against Pittsburgh.
Thanks, Coom.
Zach.
Coom, thanks. Celebrate the life and legacy of Chicago icon WXRT's Lynn Bramer at Metro's Hometown Celebration on August 16th. This special memorial event will benefit the Lynn Bramer Scholars Fund with a special performance from the Score's Matt Spiegel and the Lindberghers, as well as appearances from WXRT personalities. Tickets on sale now at metrochicago.com. When we come back, the pick to perform next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Ian Happ. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. When every heartbeat counts, you need a team that leads with expertise. From arrhythmia mapping to advanced cardiac surgery, Loyola Medicine treats some of the region's most complex heart conditions by restoring rhythm and restoring lives. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Accumulation, preservation, generation.
During the off-season of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, now this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Into left center field, a diving catch, my word! Brian Reynolds, one of his best catches ever!
And Terang able to fetch it. What a jump Terang got. Lucas back on the warning track, leaps at the fence, and he got it! Nathan Lucas with a leaping grab.
Hot shot, picked by Machado, flips it to second, out at second base. Nice play.
The backhand in the glove on the back.
Out to left center, but it is caught out there by Osuna.
A terrific play by Alejandro Osuna in left.
Towards the line, Dubon at the line, a leap into the air, up against the sidewall, and he's got it. Knew exactly where he was on the field.
There's a line drive into left field. Hat coming up, slides and he makes the catch. Outstanding left fielder. He's won 4 Gold Gloves.
McMahon grabs, pivot, throws on the money, got him. Nice play by Ryan McMahon.
So I'm banking on Dansby tonight, which gets us to the pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Veteran left-hander Matthew Boyd is on the hill for the Cubs. He's 6-1 this season with a 4.15 ERA, but those numbers don't tell the whole story. He's been lights out since returning from the injured list in late June. 4-0 with a 2.57 ERA in 5 starts, including a victory over Minnesota last weekend. 1 run in 6 innings of work, a quality start for Boyd. Meantime, I mentioned Jared Jones, the right-hander, is starting for Pittsburgh. He's made 9 starts since returning from elbow surgery, 2-1 with a 4.05 ERA. Opposing hitters are batting 100 against him over his last 3 games. Repeat, opposing hitters are batting just 100 against Jones over his last 3 games. Let's go around baseball and check the scoreboard. There is 1 game in progress. Cubs keeping an eye on this game. Bottom of the 8th inning in Milwaukee. The Rockies are leading the Brewers 5-2. Kyle Karros with 2 hits and a run batted in that ball game for Colorado. The Brewers started the day with a 7-game lead over the Cubs in the National League Central. Later on this evening, across Major League Baseball, some of the games that the Cubs are going to be paying attention to, the Reds and Cardinals beginning a 3-game set in St. Louis. The Cardinals with a record of 52-50, while the Reds are 47-54 this season. Cubs will have Pete Crow Armstrong, Seiya Suzuki, and Michael Busch batting 1, 2, 3 in the lineup. Alex Bregman, the cleanup man. Ian Happ, Nico Horner, and Pedro Ramirez follow with Carson Kelly, the number 8 hitter, and Dansby Swanson will be in the number 9 hole, playing shortstop tonight. Now let's pause as we get set for the playing of the national anthem here at Pittsburgh prior to the start of this 3-game set between the Cubs and the Pirates.
Oh, say, can you see?
The tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker. And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan. The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's time for another road trip. We're heading to Birdland. Welcome to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Opened in 1992, Camden Yards set the standard for new ballparks. Creating the retro classic aesthetic of brick and steel, nestled into a bustling downtown neighborhood, Camden Yards breathed new life into Orioles baseball. Just steps from the Inner Harbor and a short walk from Babe Ruth's birthplace, Camden Yards is steeped in unique history and tradition. The 100-year-old B&O warehouse is a lefty's dream target in right field. Take a stroll on Utah Street and be on the lookout for bronze baseballs embedded in the road. These plaques mark where home runs landed over the right field fence. And of course, in 1995, this was the scene of Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's long-standing Iron Man streak. Join in on the Unified during the national anthem. Feeling crabby? Grab some loaded fries from Local Fry. Or maybe head over to Boog's Barbecue and indulge in the delicious 92 crab cake sandwich. The city of Baltimore loves their O's and their ballpark.
Boomer is the dog. Does he look good? I just follow this picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
11 years. They have a chance this season. More about that later on. The starting pitchers tonight are left-hander Matthew Boyd for the Cubs, right-hander Jared Jones for the Pirates. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Pete Crow Armstrong leading off for the Cubs in center field. Batting second and playing in right field, Seiya Suzuki. Michael Bush at first base. The cleanup man is Alex Bregman. Bregman at third base. Ian Happ in left field. Nico Horner at second base. Nico batting sixth. Pedro Ramirez, the designated hitter. Carson Kelly in the 8th spot. Kelly doing the catching. And Dansby Swanson batting short, batting 9th and playing shortstop for the Chicago Cubs. So those are the Cubs. The Pirates line up this way. Jake Mangum in center. Nick Gonzalez at third base. Brian Reynolds, the left fielder. Reynolds to bat third. Esmeralyn Valdez in right. Ryan O'Hearn is batting fifth and playing first base. Marcel Ozuna, the designated hitter. Brandon Lau at second base. Jared Triolo is batting eighth and playing shortstop. And Henry Davis batting ninth and catching for the Pirates. We are ready to go. Baseball is next. Cubs and Pirates right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Jameson Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Who's on first? Southwest Airlines, ranked first among U.S. airlines by the Wall Street Journal. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings. See southwest.com/WSJ.
It's game time, and that makes it the perfect time for a Yingling Flight. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. Patrick, this series in Pittsburgh has a little different meaning than they have in the last few years, that's for sure.
Well, for one thing, it's a much bigger crowd than we're accustomed to seeing here, Ron. They're looking for close to sellouts, and we'll talk about that as we move along. Pete Crow Armstrong leads off the game. First pitch from the hard-throwing right-hander Jared Jones is a strike, and away we go. Cubs leadoff hitter is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Let's see if Pete can get a base hit. Here comes the strike one pitch on the way. He pokes it foul and out of play. If Pete does get a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Already you can tell there's a crowd feeling here at PNC Park. I do see some empty seats in the upper deck, but not many in the lower deck as Pete takes outside for a ball. Starting lineups brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Crow Armstrong hitting .282. And here comes the 1-2. That's ball two. Ron, if you were in that lineup against the Cubs, what would be your plan against Jared Jones?
Now, Jones is a guy, he's got a great arm. He really does. He's, going to throw some fastballs over 100 miles an hour.
Check swing foul, still 2-2.
So the fastball, he's high fastball, slider down. So if you're going to stay on the heater, which you have to do that, you've got to make sure it gets down in the strike zone.
Here comes the 2-2. Fastball just missed, 3-2. Game time temperature 79. Sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Let's see if Pete can reach the payoff pitch. Bounced foul toward first. He's making Jones work.
That's important, too, for the Cubs today. I believe that, You know, Jones coming off Tommy John from last year, missed all last season. You know, they only let him go somewhere in the 70s. He's only pitched 80 pitches or more once this season.
Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 3. Pete is out number 1. The batter, Seiya Suzuki. I noticed that, Ron. His pitch count high for the season, 81 in a game against Cincinnati in late June. Otherwise, they're all in the 70s or below.
Yeah, so the key today for the Cubs offensively in this first go-around through the lineup is try to make Jones throw pitches. And if you can get that pitch count into the 70s by the 4th inning, you're going to really make Pittsburgh use their bullpen a lot more through the rest of this series.
Suzuki swung and missed at the first offering. Now the 0-1. Fastball sinks low. Cubs wearing their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers as they begin a 7-game road trip tonight. 3 here and then 4 in St. Louis. Big trip. The 1-1. Suzuki takes a ball low and away. Gray shirts and trousers. Red numbers on the Cubs' backs. Blue hats and helmets and sleeves and socks. They're all blue. Pirates in their home black. Black shirts and pants. Here's a drive into right center field. Fairly well hit, but it is playable for the right fielder Valdez. Makes the catch. That's the area around where the ball really does carry. He simply did not get all of that one, but that 375 marker in right center is reachable for almost every slugger.
Yeah, since this ballpark has been open, that has been the area where it just seems like there's a little bit of a jet stream going out to right center. Right-handers definitely reach that home run area a lot.
Bush lines one, a diving catch by the first baseman O'Hearn. It might have been a foul ball. O'Hearn with a beautiful backhand diving catch at first, and that.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Baby, I'm that feeling you get when you got a job on the ropes.
Like a window
One you're about to knock out with Bosch lasers.
Oh.
More like KO, am I right?
Was that a punchline?
Sure was, Laser Man.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Left-hander Matthew Boyd ready to make his first pitch of the game. Here it comes to Jake Mangum. It's in there for a call strike. And, Ron, as you think about Boyd facing these Pirates, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, I just think command of his fastball first and foremost. He's got such a good two-seam fastball that he features at the top of the zone.
Bouncer past the mound, charging, gloving. Horner throws to first in time. Nico playing right near second, simply ran straight ahead. Gloved that slow bouncer and made the play. One down, no score. The batter, Nick Gonzalez.
And there was. That was that high two-seamer. Got in on the hands and just hit a little dribbler to Nico. But when Matthew has a good fastball and good command of it, he gets a lot more swing and miss on the slider.
Gonzalez hitting .294. Drives one in the air to left center. It's playable. There's a lot of space in left center. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch with plenty of room to spare. The deepest part of the yard, in fact, is left center out near the bullpens. 410 feet to left center. 399 straightaway center. A very inviting 375 right center. And again, the ball carries well there. 320 down the line in right, but the wall is 21 feet high in right. Down the line in left, the occasional cheap home run can be achieved. It's only 325. Here's a pop fly into shallow right center. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning as Nico Horner makes the catch. Brian Reynolds pops out to second. Quick work for Matthew Boyd. Nicely done. No score at the end of one.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. See, they're up 6-1 in the eighth. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought
I
was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Top two, Cubs and Pirates scoreless. Our second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Pat?
Alex Bregman will lead off this second inning. Zach, thank you. Takes inside for a ball from Jared Jones. Jones making his fifth career start against the Cubs. He zips a fastball down low.
First inning was powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Now the 2-0 to Bregman. And he'll take a pitch that just missed, 3-0. Finishing with the uniform descriptions, Pirates have the black shirts, their City Connect uniforms, black shirts and trousers, gold numbers, gold and black hats, and dark shoes. The 3-0 to Bregman, taking all the way. It's a strike. Uniform descriptions brought to you by Benjamin Moore. On the field and the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. The 3-1. Bregman takes upstairs. It's a leadoff walk. Let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally as Ian Happ, the Pittsburgh native, makes his way to home plate.
That last fastball, 98 miles an hour. Speed gun, always powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Happ, the switch hitter, to bat left-handed. 5 for 12 lifetime with a home run against Jared Jones. Again, not much familiarity between the Cubs and Jones, and vice versa, as Happ takes inside 1-0. Alex Tosi calling balls and strikes as the home plate umpire. Corey Blazer at first. Jensen Visconti, the second base umpire. Happ swings and misses. And the umpire at third is also the crew chief. That's Andy Fletcher. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. And the pitch to Happ. Fastball, strike 2 called on the inside corner.
That last fastball, that one just under 100 miles an hour, up and in and hit the strike zone. That's a tough pitch to cover for a left-handed hitter.
Happ takes strike 3 called. Ian looking at the last 2. No argument. He's out on strikes. 1 away in the second. Bregman at first. 0-0 game, and the batter now is Nico Horner.
Ian expecting the breaking ball, got the fastball. That one get a lot of the strike zone. This guy rushes it up there as good as anybody in the league as a starting pitcher.
He's not a real tall performer. He's listed at 5'11", but he's solid 211 pounds. Makes his home in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. He is a native of Southern California. Pirates made him their second-round pick 6 years ago.
Guy throwing 100 miles an hour. How do you get through the first round and not take him?
That's a good
All
question.
the teams, right? I mean, everybody.
He brings this one in there for a strike. 1-1 to Nico.
Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handle. Learn more at fitzgeraldequipment.com. Wind is blowing in here a little bit at PNC Park, but the wind doesn't really affect the ball all that much here in this ballpark.
A liner foul down the right field line.
So you don't see a lot of guys shifting much. The right fielders in this park, though, I've noticed always have a tendency to play more to the gap to help the center fielder because he's got so much room to cover, as you were talking out in that 4-10 area in left center field.
Yeah, you need a center fielder with great range in this yard. Scoreless game, second inning. The next pitch to Horner will be delayed temporarily as Jared Jones backs away. Jones 2-1 for the season. ERA a little over 4. Nico takes up and in, 2-2. Ron, if you're aware of the fact that the other team's management is really monitoring the pitch count of a certain pitcher, you wonder if that would change some of the at-bats by Cubs hitters. 2-2 pitch, popped up foul and out of play. What do you think?
Absolutely. It would for sure. I would think today in the hitters' meeting, they talked about him basically throwing in the 70s for pitches and only one time getting to 81 pitches in a game. So, what you want to do is you want to get his pitch count up as quick as possible.
Here's a drive to center. Over toward the gap in left center is Mangum to make the catch. Hard hit ball by Nico, but that ball was hauled in by Mangum. And that's out number 2. Scoreless game, a man at first, and the batter Pedro Ramirez.
Yeah, if you get him, let's say you get his pitch count up and you get him out of there in the 4th inning, that means the bullpen has to work a lot of innings in this game, and that can have an effect on the rest of the series. And we know the rest of the series, their pitching staff, they got some arms in the rotation to come at you.
As a matter of fact, it'll be Shota Imanaga against last year's Cy Young Award winner Paul Skeens tomorrow night at 6:40. There's a drive fouled off to the left and out of play. And in the finale, another hard thrower, Braxton Ashcraft. He's a 9-game winner already. He'll be opposed by Jamison Tyone. That's a day game. Important road trip for the Cubs. 4 in St. Louis after the 3 here in Pittsburgh. Here's a swing and a foul off to the left out of play. And the Cardinals certainly have hopes for the postseason this year.
Yeah, this division, the Central Division of the National League, teams have played much better than what everybody kind of thought going into the year. When you start reading about what was thought of Pittsburgh, maybe St. Louis taking a step back, they really haven't.
Pedro Ramirez fouls it away to stay alive. This is one of the biggest crowds we've seen here, Ron, in, I would say, several years.
Yeah.
Pirates have not been a postseason team in 11 seasons. The last time they were, the Cubs knocked them out in the wild card game in 2015. A swing and a pop-up. Left side foul. The catcher, Davis, coming back. Does he have a play? Yes. Right near the backstop screen. And that ends the inning. Ramirez fouls out. Cubs leave a man. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. 0-0 game. Cubs and Pirates on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Hey Chicago, this is Dan Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
For 120 years, innovation has been at the heart of...
He dives and makes the catch and brings Fenway to its feet, because he always does.
Slides, and he's got it. What a catch by Eli. That saved the day.
In his Kerrigan, he makes a sliding catch.
Makes the play. The throw is in time to get the out. On the warning track, he reaches up. A fine running grab by Jorge Barosa.
You get spoiled watching a guy cover ground the way he does. Spectacular catch.
He got it. He hung with the play right at the wall.
Harris on his horse, and he makes the catch. Throw to third, tag out. Wow. Back to first. I said I like double plays, boom.
One of the wildest, wackiest double plays you'll ever see.
Down the third baseline, there's Ortiz. Plants the foot, fires across, picked by Bowers. Emerson able to get to it, pop up, and throw a missile to first base. Diving catch.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Replica jersey presented by Budweiser. Be sure to arrive early. Pat?
Esmeralda Valdez, right-handed batting right fielder, leads it off. He's off to a dynamic start in his big league career as Matthew Boyd fires a strike. Ron, I know you were a big RBI man. This guy has 34 RBIs in his first 34 big league games. Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive is right. That's unreal. 13 bombs, 34 driven in, and he's hitting just under 300.
And he's already in the cleanup spot. After just, 34 ball games, he's been impressive enough to be in one of those pressure spots, the number 4 spot in the lineup.
Yeah. You don't see that too often where a guy gets called up to the big leagues and he just can't get him out.
Here's the 1-2 by Boyd. He'll pause and delay. Now he's ready. The veteran left-hander fires. Just inside a check swing, no swing. Good pitch. The lights are on here at beautiful PNC Park. Tonight's game is powered by ComEd. Backdoor bender, strike 3 called. Valdez froze. Boyd gets the strikeout. Before we continue, 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score, and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Ryan O'Hearn, left-handed batter. Quietly, Ron, I say quietly, maybe it's the fact they play in a small market. This guy's on a pace to drive in 100 runs. He's got 64 and 16 home runs. Ryan O'Hearn.
I'd say pretty good pickup for this Pirates group.
Another one hitting 7th in the order, Brandon Lau, also on a 100 RBI pace. Off-speed pitch, low and inside, 2-1.
Yeah, when you start going up and down the lineup here, for this Pirates club, there's a lot of guys having very good years offensively.
O'Hearn checks on a breaking ball, outside, no swing.
To the point in our managers meeting today when we got to the ballpark, you and I, talking with Craig Counsell, and that's the first thing he started talking about is how good this offense is.
Here's a drive to deep right, foul and out of play. Well, they score a lot of runs. They hit the long ball, and they play in a park that is conducive to a lot of offense in the summer months. And, of course, that's right smack dab in the middle of where we are right now. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way to O'Hearn, swinging a foul back. I mentioned these guys have not been in the playoffs run in 11 years. The last time they were, the Cubs beat them in the wild card game. Jake Arrieta with a shutout, a 4-0 win. Kyle Schwarber hit one that landed in the Allegheny River in that game. Swing and a miss. He dropped down sidearm for a breaking ball and strikes out O'Hearn. Matthew Boyd thought it was the third out in the inning and started to stroll out over toward the Cub third base dugout, and his catcher Carson Kelly says, Matthew, same rules as yesterday. Still got to get 3 outs, partner.
Yeah. Strikeouts by Cubs. Maybe he thinks he's going to strike this guy out too. Maybe Ozuna. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Ozuna hits one of the hole at short, backhanded by Swanson. Smooth play by Dansby, gets his man at first. Matthew Boyd walks off and says, now can I leave?
Yeah.
3 up and 3 down. We go to the
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs.
These are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Agbayani will make the catch. Kemp will tag. He scores, and Agbayani got there with 3 outs. 2 runs will score. Burks is in. Agbayani gave the ball to the fan. Watch this. He hands the ball, starts off a fan a couple of seats away, goes 2 down, 2 down. Look at the poor kid. What? Look at the eyes of that child.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just makes sense, reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Carson Kelly's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Carson Kelly hits a high pop fly. It's going to be an easy play for the third baseman Gonzalez, coming down the line, making the catch. 1 down. Matthew Boyd with a couple of strikeouts already for the Cubs. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Scoreless game. The batter Dansby Swanson. The Pirates were the wild card team the year before Arrieta shut them down in 2015. In 2014, they had the misfortune of facing the Giants in the wild card game. Madison Bumgarner shut them out in that game.
At that time, 2 of the hottest pitchers in all of baseball, Bumgarner and then Arrieta.
The 1-1 to Swanson. Dansby will take a strike.
Third inning brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Now the 1-1. Dansby swings and misses. Normally when we are here, there is not nearly this big of a crowd. They are expecting at least 30,000 tonight, maybe a few more. And it gets loud here.
Yeah.
All of the fans run very close to the field. And the 1-2. Swanson pulls the ground ball foul past third. But when it's a full house here, this place rocks.
Yeah, it really does. It gets loud. It's very loud on the field, too. So the fielders have a hard time communicating with each other on the field.
Swanson swings and misses. And that's the second out in the inning. Jared Jones, Ron, you and Zach and I were talking about how effective he's been. He recently retired 30 consecutive batters over a 3-game stretch. Only the third Pirate pitcher to do that in the last 70 years.
Wow.
Jim Bibby did it in 1981 and Harvey Haddix in 1959. Here's a deep drive by Pete Crow Armstrong to center, back toward the wall. That ball is a leaping catch by Mangum, and now he drops the ball, and Pete goes to second base. He's going to get a double. There might be an argument here. The Pirates thought Mangum had the ball, but the second base umpire, Jansen Visconti, ruled no catch because he didn't hold it long enough.
Yeah, they're still debating whether they're going to challenge this or not. They are not going to, as he did not control the ball. And exactly what happened, Pat, he jumps up. The ball hits him, I believe, in the glove, but he never really shows that he controls it. And it is a double for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Right near the 399 sign in dead center. The wall is 10 feet high in that area. It's a double for Pete. And now let's see if Seiya Suzuki can drive in the game's first run.
I think Magnum was expecting to go into the wall and was not. He was still a step short of the 399 spot. And I think that threw off his concentration on watching the ball into the glove.
Curveball is down low. It was kind of an awkward-looking leaping try for him.
Yeah, it was.
Doubles by Cubs batter, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. There are some Cub fans here. There always are. Seiya backs away from a high inside pitch. It's 3-0 with Michael Busch on deck. No score, 2 down, third inning. Pete Crow Armstrong at second after his 2-bagger. See if Seiya has the green light on 3-0. And the pitch taken for a strike.
Feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like Bosching tonight? Are you Boschish?
You're getting very personal, and the series is just now starting. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss. No, I have a good feeling the Cubs are going to start their 7-game road trip with a victory here tonight in Pittsburgh. Do we need to be any more specific than that?
No, that is about as good as it gets.
Seiya trying to drive in the game's first run. Loops one shallow right down the line. That ball is going to fall foul. Just foul. He got jammed. Hit a little parachute down the right field line, and it fell foul by about 2 feet.
Inside fastball to Seiya, and it jams him, but he shoots it the other way. And boy, for the longest time, I thought that was going to be a fair ball. I think even Seiya went down the line looking at it, and then just ends up going foul.
We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game soon. And the 3-2 pitch on the way to Suzuki. And it's on the way and swung on and popped up on the infield. The shortstop Triolo is going to make the catch. And the Cubs don't score. 0-0 game, middle of the third. You're listening to The Score and the Northwestern Medicine.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Ironman played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
2-2 to Chaparro, who crushed this one out to deep left center. Edge ball is hammered, and out of here! Over the buses, over the food truck out next to the Nationals clubhouse. Andres Chaparro, a mammoth homer here in West Sacramento.
Dan, and this one had to be the longest one of the year. 467. It just came down. I mean, they're celebrating right now with Andres being like, look, you hit that 107, but it just landed. Oh, my.
Two-run double.
Three Cubs and Pirates are scoreless. It's cloudy and 77 degrees here in Pittsburgh. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Our engineer here is Cindy Boyden with Ron Coomer. Pat Hughes with you on this Friday night. We thank you for joining us. 0-0 game early. Bottom of the third. Brandon Lau takes a strike from Matthew Boyd. Lefty against lefty. The 0-1. Check swing, it's down low. Time to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. I'll say there are 33,433. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. So 3-3-4-3-3.
I will say 32,000 flat.
Boyd has set down the first 6 Pirates of the game. And the 1-2 from the veteran left-hander. Sidearm breaking ball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 from Matthew Boyd. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Pretty good breaking ball by Boyd. He threw him a few of them there. One, he said he dropped down. It was an excellent breaking ball. Started out behind low and ended up on the outside corner.
Jared Triolo, the batter. Right-handed hitter takes a strike.
I'll make my guess in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I'm going to go 34,000 on the dot.
The 0-1. Fly ball, right field, pretty well hit, but very playable for Suzuki. Out number 2. 8 straight set down to begin the night for Matthew Boyd, and it brings up Henry Davis.
That's that good fastball we were talking on. He got it in on Triolo, and he just fisted that one out towards Suzuki. Routine play, but Matthew, very good command so far in the early going.
Henry Davis, the light-hitting catcher. I say light-hitting in terms of batting average, 164. He's got some pop with 8 home runs. And this might be a spot where he's thinking long ball run with 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boyd coming back 0-1. There's a swing and a miss, and it was a big cut.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Pirates just 1 game out of the wild card picture. Here's a ball low and outside. If the playoffs would begin today, the Cubs would be the number 1 wild card team. The Phillies would be second, and then Arizona would be third. And the Pirates would be 1 game behind. The Cardinals 1.5. Miami and Washington, surprisingly, just 2 games out of the wild card. Here comes the 1-2 to Henry Davis. Off speed and down low.
Well, that pitch didn't miss by much. Pretty good off speed pitch, just down.
It's always good for the game, though, Ron, when some teams who haven't been in the playoffs for a while get in there. It's good to have as much interest in as many different franchises as you possibly can.
Yeah, I would agree. And you could feel it, too, just walking into this ballpark today with the people that we have gotten to know through the years. You know, they're excited about their ball club here in Pittsburgh.
3-2 pitch is high.
Pitch was called the ball. Catcher's challenge.
And Matthew Boyd. Now the Cubs are going to challenge that last pitch. It might be called. Nope, it's ball 4. Just missed the top of the zone. It's a 2-out walk. First base runner for the Buccos, and the batter is Jake Mangum.
Yeah, Carson Kelly thought it was a strike at the top of the zone. It just missed. Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Mangum bounced out his first time. A very limited amount of foul territory space here at PNC Park. The stretch and the pitch. Looped foul off to the right out of play. When you look at the bases first and third on the grandstand area, you're only talking about maybe 30 feet, 32 feet, something like that. And maybe 30 feet behind the catcher to the backstop screen. Swinging a foul back. In fact, I think this is the park where we've seen some wild pitches and runners at third do not try to score because the ball bounces right back to the catcher and you can't go.
Beautiful ballpark, though. This is one of the great, it's not new any longer, I guess you might not say, but newer.
2001, hard to believe. It's been around 25 years.
But it is, they just did an excellent job with this ballpark and continue to keep it up. I mean, this is a great fan experience for baseball fans coming here to Pittsburgh to watch a game.
The Allegheny River flowing out beyond the right and right center field fence. The yellow Clementi Bridge connecting this part of town with downtown Pittsburgh. And this is a cozy, beautiful little ballpark. It really is. The 0-2 to Mangum. Reached for and fouled off. That was a changeup. It tantalized the batter, and he reached for it. You would watch yourself on video, and you would think, why did I even think that was going to be close to the strike zone? But it was.
I think what Boyd has done is he's got that inside fastball on their mind, and then because of that, you're seeing some awkward swings on the off-speed pitches.
Swinging a foul back on a high fastball.
One thing about Boyd in his fastball, it's a very good two-seam fastball is the one he throws most of the time. And he can throw it at the top of the zone, and it has good run on it. But it's a little firmer than what most people give him credit for. He can rush it up there, 94, 95 miles an hour.
Now the 0-2. Line drive, right center, base hit. Holding at second is Davis as the throw comes in from Pete Crow Armstrong. That's the first hit of the game by the Pirates. Jake Mangum with a single. Now the scoreboard telling the fans to make some noise, and they do. And the batter is Nick Gonzalez. No score. Bottom of the third, 2 outs, first and second.
Pretty good piece of hitting. That ball was down and away, and Mangum just dumps this one into right center field.
Gonzalez came over from the White Sox in a trade. Flied to center his first time. Hits a line drive up the middle. Diving backhand stop by Horner. Throws to third, and they're going to get the runner in a rundown. Bregman tags him out. Sensational play by Nico Horner. He made a fantastic diving backhand snag behind second. Didn't think of any runner.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field. Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
Doing
coming over, diving, and he makes the catch. A psychopathic play for Ewing.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He is unbelievable. A spectacular play.
This is that Ellie pterodactyl move.
Michael goes up. He's got it. He always has it.
Good backhand. Suarez won't throw.
Got him.
And he makes the catch and hangs on. Not an easy play.
There's one. There's two. There's three.
Perfectly done. On the run, extends and makes the play. Oh, baby.
Robles goes to a slide and he makes the catch.
Oh, what a play by Khalil Watson. Are you kidding me?
And he can scoot, can he? And Laura just snaps it. Marcia charging, dives and makes a grab.
Oh, Alcantara, the Jaguar.
Oh, plenty of ups. How about that?
Diving play and short by Neto.
Oaks Lincoln, where every deal is a fair ball. Here's our winning game plan. Good, better, best. Good, a full lineup of vehicles ready to get you out on the road. Better, pricing that hits a home run without striking out your budget. Best, the Fair Oaks experience, where every visit feels like a grand slam. Swing by today and see why Fair Oaks Ford and Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville are the MVPs of Chicagoland dealerships.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Michael Busch will lead off this fourth inning with a count of 0-2. I was doing a little rehearsing there before we actually went on the air live.
How'd it go?
I thought pretty well. Here's a pitch down low for a ball.
Folks, now you know how you get into the Hall of Fame.
Sometimes you think that you are on the air, but you're not yet quite on the air, but you don't take any chances, so you go ahead and work as if you are. Here's a pitch down low to Michael Busch.
Keep going, I'm taking notes.
And then the engineer says, stand by.
How'd that work out?
Well, I was standing by and talking while I was standing by. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Michael Busch. And he swings and fouls it to stay alive. And then Cindy said, you may go. And I said, Cindy, I was already going, actually. Let's see if the Cubs can rally here in this fourth inning against Jared Jones. Swing and a miss by Busch.
Now this guy, he's got great stuff. We've talked about it since we've opened the broadcast. Jones with a power arm, you know, that triple-digit fastball at times, and then a very tight slider.
Jones grew up in Southern California. Here's Alex Bregman batting. Alex will take a strike. I was reading about Jones. His father, Keith, was picked by Arizona in one of the Diamondbacks' first drafts in 1997, and he played 2 seasons in their minor league system. Never did make it to the big leagues. Bounced to short, a charging Triola gloves it. Triola throws to first in time, and Bregman is out number 2.
Now, his son's going to stay here for a long time. If he stays healthy, which is a big if for a lot of pitchers. You know, he's already had one Tommy John surgery and missed all of last year. But, well, when you look at the stuff he's featuring with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and a good slider, ooh.
Ian Happ takes outside. He's at 55 pitches right now. Again, the Pirates are watching his pitch counts very, very closely. They scrutinize those. Here comes the 1-0, and it's taken for a strike.
Yeah, he joined the ball club after missing all of last year with Tommy John's surgery, and he joined the club in May. So he's only been back on the mound for a few months.
Now the 1-1, Happ takes a changeup for a strike. 1-2. Cubs with only 1 hit so far, a 2-out double by PCA in the third. Scoreless game. Happ swings and fouls it back to stay alive. Happ is a native of this part of the world. Grew up in the Pittsburgh area. Then he played college ball at the University of Cincinnati, another division city for the Cubs opponents. Here's a swing and a foul down the third base line. But Ian's had some good games here. In fact, I would say a lot of left-handed batters, Ron, who can pull the ball, have had some good games here.
Yeah, this is a great left-handed hitter's ballpark. We talked about that right center gap where the ball really carries. Then it's a short porch down the right field line.
Strike three called. Happ is out on strikes. Cubs doing very little against Jared Jones. 0-0 game. Middle of the fourth inning. This is the score and
an easy one again for Olerud, or is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be neither.
Fly on the infield. Alicea coming in, and a collision, and the ball drops.
Popped up. Ordonez, Alfonso. Oh!
They both look at each other, and it bounces free. Shallow center. Chico. Dropped the ball. Oh, and it drops it a couple of times.
Burrell doesn't see it. He doesn't see it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Grounded right side. Heading toward the plate. And look at Kendall! Is he safe? Ho, ho, ho! How about that play? What a job by Kendall. Do you believe that one?
How about that leap over Hernandez, who had stretched out to take the throw?
That is unbelievable. Watch Kendall again.
Learn more at jameshardy.com.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Rockies beat the Brewers 5-2. TJ Rumfield and Kyle Karros both with 2 hits and a run batted in. So the Cubs have an opportunity to gain a game on first-place Milwaukee if they can win tonight, Pat.
Kyle Karros, the son of Eric Karros, former Cub and former Dodger. Zach, thank you for that report. And that game was in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah. The 25th anniversary of American Family Field.
I'll be darned. Here comes the 0-2 pitch now from Matthew Boyd to Brian Reynolds. He'll take down low for a ball. 1-2. Reynolds having another good year, 275 average. He's driven in 59. Always a tough clutch hitter, 14 home runs. Switch hitter, good outfielder. Reynolds drives one toward left center on the run. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. More towards center than left center. And Pete always gets a very quick jump on a ball and made the catch without too much trouble. Out number 1.
Yeah, line drive bullet right at Pete. Well, it had a little slice to it, too. It got started in left center. It's kind of sliced back at Pete Crow Armstrong.
We were talking about the play that Nico Horner made to end the bottom of the third. Just a magnificent diving backhand stop that he made. It came with men at first and second and 2 down. And there was just a lot of moving parts on that play that were interesting. Nico, instead of throwing the ball home, anticipated the runner rounding third, which he did. Ground ball to third. Long throw behind the bag by Bregman, but it's in time to get Esmeralda Valdez. And that's out number 2. Scoreless game, bottom of the fourth. Ryan O'Hearn, the batter. But his stop was just dazzling. But then the presence of mind, Ron, to throw it to third base was very interesting to me.
Absolutely. Lays out and instantly pops up and just throws a one-hopper to Bregman at third. And the runner, Davis, from second base, you knew he was going to try to round the bag, which he did, is what got him in trouble.
Here's a bouncer to first, fielded by Bush. Feeds the ball to Boyd. Score that one 3-1. And the Pirates go 1-2.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the second overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
And make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. He kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
Second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Everything wood should be.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Nico Hoerner leads off the top half of the 5th inning here in Pittsburgh and looks at a breaking ball for a strike from right-hander Jared Jones. It's the opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Pirates. We're scoreless. Hoerner flat out to center field his first time up. Jones faces home plate. Now he works his motion and deals, and Hoerner looks at a changeup low. The count is 1-1. League leaders are sponsored by Gusto. Higher pay and grow your team with Gusto. Otto Lopez of the Marlins, as here comes the pitch, and Hoerner fouls this one back off the screen, 1-2. Otto Lopez of the Marlins is the batting average leader in the majors, Coom, hitting .331. Yordan Alvarez is the home run leader. The Astros slugger has whacked 34 bombs this season. The pitch. Nico hits a ground ball to third, fielded on a belt-high hop by Gonzalez. The throw across, dug out by O'Hearn at first, and one away as Hoerner is retired. Top 5, no score, Cubs and Pirates. 2 men are tied for the RBI lead. Alvarez with 77, and that's the same number that the Cardinals right fielder Jordan Walker has. He's having a great year. Pedro Ramirez digs in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Jones delivers. Ramirez swings and loops one into shallow center field coming in. Mangum, he's got a play and makes the catch. 2 down.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber was leading the league in home runs there for quite a long time. And it seems to me he's in a little bit of a drought. And Alvarez caught him and passed him.
Yeah,
it's a lot of bombs.
It is a lot of bombs because Schwarber
still in July.
Schwarber has 33. Yeah. Carson Kelly at the plate, and Kelly looks at a slider that spins into the zone for a strike 0-1. Hunter Goodman of the Rockies, the all-star catcher, he's got 31.
I know. There's guys doing some damage.
Kelly looks at strike 2, another slider from Jones. 0-2 the count. We were talking about this at dinner tonight. The Yankees, Ben Rice with 30 home runs, number 4 in the league in homers.
When you think about them and them missing their all-star
Kelly looks at a ball up high.
Aaron Judge, and Rice has picked right up and been able. Wait till those two guys get back to back in the lineup here. Probably, I don't think Judge is probably looking at September, right, when he's going to be back, is what they were talking about.
Yep, that hits Kelly, right? Or did it clip off the bat? We're missing. We're really high up here in Pittsburgh.
We are about a $5 cab ride from home plate from where we're at.
So it's just a ball that looked like it hit Kelly.
I think it hit the catcher's glove. He didn't catch it cleanly either.
All right, so 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Kelly swings, and it's a high fly ball to right. It's playable for Valdez, who's under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, scoreless game.
Into left center field, a diving catch! My word! Brian Reynolds, one of his best catches ever.
And Terang able to fetch it. What a jump Terang got. Lucas back on the warning track, leaps at the fence, and he got it! Nathan Lucas with a leaping grab.
Hot shot, picked by Machado, flips it to second, out at second base. Nice play.
The backhand in the glove on the back.
Out to left center, but it is caught out there by Osuna.
A terrific play by Alejandro Osuna in left.
Towards the line, Dubon at the line, a leap into the air, up against the sidewall, and he's got it. Knew exactly where he was on the field.
There's a line drive into left field. Hat coming on, slides and he makes the catch. Outstanding left fielder. He's won 4 Gold Gloves.
McMahon grabs, pivot, throws on the money, got him. Nice play by Ryan McMahon.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
The same price. Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
After the Cubs-Cardinals game on Sunday, August 16th, join 93 XRT personalities, the Lindberghers, and special guests at Metro, just up the street from Wrigley Field, for hometown celebration as Matthew Boyd rocks back and deals. The first pitch here in the bottom of the 5th inning to Marcell Ozuna is a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Hometown celebration, a benefit for the Lynn Bramer Scholars Fund. Get tickets today at metrochicago.com. The pitch. Ozuna looks at a ball low, a curve that missed, 1-1 the count.
Now that was a big Cub fan. Lynn was a great, great guy. I was able to host a show at the Metro with him.
Ozuna pops this one foul off to the right behind the plate, out of play, 1-2.
Yeah, and you talk about a good guy, and yeah, he's missed. That's for sure.
Great legacy. Here comes the 1-2 by Boyd. Ozuna looks at a ball off the outside, a changeup that missed, 2-2.
The day that we had the parade post-World Series, Pat and I and our families got to the ballpark, and we were told what bus, top of the bus we were supposed to get on, and guess who was already there?
Oh, Lynn must have been
there. He was there in his Cubs sport coat with the inside all Cubs. It was awesome. What a day.
That last pitch missed up high. So here comes the 3-2. Ozuna pulls one deep and way foul. Off to the left, out of play. Count remains 3-2.
Coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Boyd sets up high. Here comes the kick and pitch. Off the outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Ozuna and the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th. Cubs and Pittsburgh scoreless. It's the opener of a 3-game set between these two divisional rivals.
Matthew a little frustrated with himself. Ball ran off the plate to Osuna.
Second walk issued by Boyd tonight. The batter is Brandon Lau, left-handed hitter against the lefty Boyd. Throw to first. Osuna just gets back ahead of the tag by Bush. Osuna didn't dive in.
Well, he's still putting on his sleeve on his hand. And so he was not ready to kind of start. And then they almost had him. And now Michael Bush is playing in behind him.
Boyd a long set. And now the pitch to Lau off the outside. Missed with a fastball, 1-0. And we have seen the Cubs pick off a runner with Bush playing behind the runner. They did that in Cincinnati against Ellie De La Cruz in the first half of the season. I believe Shota Imanaga was the pitcher. Here's the 1-0. That's low and outside to Lau. A changeup that missed again.
Boyd struck out Lau. His first at bat, all sliders.
Boyd a long set and the pitch. Lau pounds it on the ground, foul off to the right. That was a slider from Boyd, 2-1. Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Boyd peers in, gets the sign from Kelly, acknowledges, sets up high. He works his motion and deals. And Lau looks at a ball outside, 3-1.
Well, that fastball just missed. That was the perfect pitcher's pitch, crossfire fastball. Lau no real chance at hitting it, but it just missed the edge of the strike zone.
Now the 3-1. Lau takes ball 4 off the plate. Another fastball from Boyd. So back-to-back walks issued by Boyd. First Ozuna, who's now at second, and now Lau, who's at first. And that'll bring up Jared Triolo, the right-handed hitting shortstop, but not before pitching coach Tommy Hottovy heads to the mound to have a conversation with the veteran left-hander.
It's not like Boyd is having command issues. I mean, these pitches have just missed off the edge of the strike zone. And what I'm going to guess, Tommy's going to say, your stuff is really good tonight. Let's be more on the attack in the zone and not try to pitch just to the edges of the strike zone and trust yourself and your stuff a little bit.
You and Pat have been talking about how the crowd here is bigger than we've seen in the last few years, and you can really hear it now with the Pirates threatening. The crowd is making a lot of noise here at PNC Park. Jared Triolo will dig in. Right-handed hitting shortstop, flied out to Suzuki in right, his first time out. 0 for 1.
Well, there's a lot to be excited about here in Pittsburgh with the Pirates. They're above 500. They're right in the heart of the playoff race. And they've got a very good team with great starting pitching. So it's one of those things where, Pirates have a really good chance of making the playoffs.
Crowd booing because Boyd bluffed a throw to second base. The corner infielders are crashing. I think Boyd was looking to see if Triolo was going to show bunt. Here's the pitch. Triolo not bunting and looks at a changeup outside, 1-0. Middle infielders, Horner and Swanson at double play depth. Bregman playing behind the bag at third, and now Bush drops back at first. The 1-0 by Boyd. Triolo shows bunt and bunts it to the left of the mound. Picked up by Boyd. His throw to first, not in time. Triolo beats it out. And now the Pirates have the bases loaded with no one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Great bunt by Triolo. Great play by Matthew Boyd to get to this ball and make this play close. He barehanded it and threw a strike, a low strike, to Michael Bush, so that helped him extend out and stretch. But great bunt by Triolo. You don't see that too often, the drag bunt nowadays, but now you get the bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah, big moment in the game. Henry Davis at the plate, right-handed hitter. Boyd, high leg kick and pitch, and Davis fouls it back off the screen. A fastball from Boyd, 0-1.
Davis coming into the game only hitting 164. So you'd love to see, Matthew get a punch out here and then possibly set up the double play ball.
But Davis does have 8 home runs. Boyd working on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 0-1. Davis swings and fouls this one out of play off to the right, 0-2. Ozuna at third, Lau at second, Triolo at first for Pittsburgh. No one out, bottom 5, scoreless game. Now Carson Kelly delivering signals to the rest of the infield. Lefty-righty matchup with Boyd on the mound and Davis at the plate. Here's the 0-2. High and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now for Matthew, I'm going to guess he's going to go at a changeup and try to get the punch out here of Davis.
The 1-2 by Boyd. Swing and a pop foul behind the plate off to the left, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Matthew have to throw a fastball up and away on 0-2, then one fastball inside. And Davis barely got a piece of it. See if what he tries to strike him out with here.
Boyd's ready, sets up high, the kick and pitch. And Davis dribbles one on the right side. Horner charging, flips to first, not in time. Infield RBI single, Henry Davis. Ozuna scores 1-0 Pirates here in the 5th. Still no one out and the bases remain loaded for Pittsburgh.
Now the 2 walks have hurt Matthew here in this inning, and nobody has hit the ball past the infield grass. And they've scored a run and they've had the bases loaded already. 2 walks, a bunt single, and now a cue shot off the end of the bat drives in a run.
Now Jake Mangum will step to the plate.
Now the Cubs are playing semi-in. Dansby's playing the deepest at short. They're going to set up for either the double play or chance of throwing the ball home to get the force out.
Boyd delivers. Mangum swings and pops it foul out of play off to the right. 0-1. Mangum hitting from the right side against the left-hander Boyd. Pirates with the bases loaded, and they've already scored once in this 5th inning. A 1-0 lead for Pittsburgh. Boyd working on the third base side of the rubber. Here comes the 0-1. Mangum pops it up. Shallow center. Dropping back. Horner coming in. Crow Armstrong. Crow Armstrong will make the play. As he catches the ball. 1 away. Runners stay where they are. Bases remain loaded. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
It's a big out for the Cubs. You get the out and nobody advances. And now you set up the possible double play ball. Gonzalez runs pretty well. And he's having a big year, hitting well over 300. But boy, you'd love to see a 2-hopper to Dansby.
Had an infield single his last time up. Bases loaded. 1 down. 1-0 Pittsburgh. The pitch. Gonzalez looks at a strike. A fastball from Boyd. Clocked at 92 miles per hour. 0-1. Lau at third, Triolo at second, Davis at first. Boyd on the mound. Gonzalez at the plate, and Gonzalez looks at a changeup low, 1-1 the count. Gonzalez hitting at .314 on the year with 6 home runs. Right-handed batter hits out of a crouch, open stance. Boyd, the left-hander, sets up high. He works his motion and deals. Gonzalez swings, and it's a high fly ball, shallow right near the line. Suzuki is under it, makes the catch. Tagging and bluffing a tag is Lau as the throw is cut off by Bush. 2 down. Surprised Lau didn't go.
No, I'm not. That ball's very shallow. Suzuki has a good throwing arm, and so you kind of expected that. Very good pitches by Boyd to get 2 pop-ups And now you just got to finish this inning off and get out of here with only one run would be huge for the Cubs and Matthew Boyd.
Here's the dangerous Brian Reynolds. 0 for 2 tonight. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the left-hander Boyd. 1-0 Pittsburgh, 2 down, bottom 5. Boyd's ready. Here's the high leg kick and pitch. And Reynolds chops it foul off to the left. 0-1. Reynolds on the year hitting at .274, 14 home runs, 59 runs batted in. A pop out and a fly out here tonight. Boyd checks third. That's where Lau is. Now straightens up, sets chest high, and delivers the pitch. Off the outside check swing by Reynolds on appeal, no, says Corey Blazer at first. 1-1. Boyd peers in, gets the sign from his catcher, Kelly. Straightens up, sets, he's ready. And here comes the 1-1 delivery. Reynolds swings and pops it foul out of play off to the right. 1-2.
Boy, Matthews had that fastball inside to the right-handed hitters. He keeps getting it in there. And guys are just tardy on his fastball, the right-handed hitters.
Let's see if Boyd can work out of the jam here. Bases loaded, 2 down. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3. Boyd freezes Reynolds with a slider. And minimal damage. Pirates score 1 but leave the bases loaded. 1-0 Pittsburgh after 5. On the shot into the plate.
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on
Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for FIPS, WOBAs, and WARPs. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
When buying your next car, let Consumers Credit Union put you in the driver's seat with competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Jarrett Jones still in the game. First pitch to Dansby Swanson is outside as the 6th inning gets underway. Cubs down by a run. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. Here's a smash foul past third down the left field line. Well, the Pirates able to get one on Henry Davis infield RBI single, but they still had the bases loaded with nobody out and could not score any more. Swanson drives one to deep center. Going back is Mangum near the wall, makes the catch. Just to the left of dead center, right near the 399 sign. And that's a long fly ball for the first out in the inning. Before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, an Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes outside. Pete has struck out and doubled. 1-0 Pirates. Top of inning number 6. Nobody on with one away. Here's the ball down low. Ron, I see that the Pirates acquired a relief pitcher from San Diego by the name of Ron Marinaccio in exchange for, quote, signing bonus pool considerations. I don't know exactly what that would be, but I can tell you, as Pete takes outside, that with San Diego he was only so-so. He was 1-0 with a 4.79 ERA in 33 games, but he is available in the Pirate bullpen, and we might see him. Ron Marinaccio. There is a strike to Pete Crow Armstrong, and the count 3-1.
See what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, next generation light beer.
Pete drives one in the air to right field. Did he get it?
How's that for
Going
Flight?
back as Valdez at the wall. Gone for a home run. Pete Crow Armstrong ties the game 1-1 with a solo home run. You always have to wait on balls to right. The wall is very tall, 21 feet high, but that was a towering drive, and it got in there about 4 rows deep.
Right on cue. Our guy Pete Crow Armstrong launched a high towering shot. And our friends from Yuengling will be happy about that one.
Here's Seiya Suzuki taking a strike. For Pete, number 22. RBI number 56. Ball game tied at 1. That's the way to do it. Answer right back when they take the lead. It's only the second Cubs hit of the game, and Pete has both of them. He doubled back in the 3rd, remember. Certainly some Cub fans here. You heard the reaction. Suzuki pops one up, right side foul. Over near the stands is O'Hearn. Reaches up against the screen and makes the catch. Again, not much room in foul territory here, but just enough room on that play for O'Hearn. 2 down.
Craig Counsell holding up there, not going to challenge this as it is an out. But if you recall, Pete, the double that he hit was dropped in center field by Mangum. I mean, that was right at the 399 mark in straightaway center. Now homers to right.
1-1 tie, 2 down, top of the 6th inning. It definitely has a little bit of a pennant race atmosphere here at Pittsburgh, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the 1-0. There's a drive toward left center, playable for Reynolds or Mangum. Mangum will make the catch. But Pete Crow Armstrong ties the game with his 22nd home run. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
business programs built for your future. NLU means business. Visit NLU.edu today.
Good old-fashioned pitchers duel tonight between Matthew Boyd and Jarrett Jones. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Swinging a foul back by Esmeralyn Valdez. Valdez has struck out and bounced out. He'll be followed by O'Hearn and then Ozuna. The veteran lefty Boyd kicks and fires. Fastball away. Lights have been turned on. Still some daylight left here in late July in Pittsburgh. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss out in front of an off-speed pitch. No activity in either bullpen. And now the next pitch pulled on the ground to third, scooped up by Bregman. Long toss, good throw in time. And that retires Esmeralyn Valdez. One away here in the bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-1 game, and the batter is Ryan O'Hearn. We're going to take a look at a little baseball history as we move along here in the bottom of the 6th inning. July the 24th. Here's the pitch to O'Hearn. Lefty to lefty, he'll take inside. This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. July 24. Let's see what's happened on this date. Oh, I remember this one, and so will a lot of veteran baseball fans. Here's a pitch in there for a called strike. George Brett, 1983. His 9th inning homer putting the Royals ahead is disallowed when the umps ruled the third baseman used too much pine tar on his bat. Here's a line drive into right, a base hit. Soft line drive over Nico Horner's head. And it's a 1-out single for Ryan O'Hearn. American League President Lee MacPhail would overrule that decision. And on August 18th, the game resumes. The Royals would beat the Yankees 4-3. But there's that image of an absolutely livid George Brett running out of the dugout and running after the umpire. I think it was Tim McClellan.
Tim McClellan, that's right. So the rule was
a wild pitch, and the runner will go to second base. The pitch almost hit Ozuna in the foot. As he jumped out of the way, the ball eluded the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly. So a man at second, that'll be a wild pitch.
Yeah, through that cross-fired fastball, just hung on to it a little too long. But the ruling, you couldn't have pine tar above the label of the bat. And George Brett would use his, he didn't hit a lot of balls. So
high pop fly on the infield, playable. Dansby Swanson running in. The shortstop makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Ozuna is gone. And the batter, Brandon Lau.
Yeah, but he would, he'd pine tar where you normally would, but, he didn't use batting gloves. So he would always grab the barrel of the bat with his hands that were loaded with pine tar all the time. And, the top of the bat, the barrel of the bat was sticky, and they disallowed the homer. Jamie Quirk, the catcher for the Royals at the time, has some good stories about that.
Lau hits a fly ball to right. Playable on the warning track. Caught by Suzuki, and that ends the inning. The Pirates get a hit and no.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Best way is right off the expressway at Toyota on Edens. Visit one of Chicagoland's fastest growing Toyota dealers to score big wins. See the new Toyota on Edens or ToyotaOnEdens.com.
Top 7 in Pittsburgh. Cubs won, Pirates won. The 7th inning is sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Pat?
New pitcher in the game for the Pirates, Wilbur Dotel, right-hander. And he'll go to work on Alex Bregman and fire a strike. So Jared Jones went 6 very impressive innings, gave up 1 run. The only run, a home run by Pete Crow Armstrong in the 6th. Next offering swung on and missed. Dotel for the year, 10 games, a win, 2 losses, an ERA of just over 5. And now the strike 2 pitch. Broken back ground ball to third. Charging is Gonzalez. A running throw to first in time. Bregman is out, number 1.
Bregman's the cleanup hitter for the Cubs tonight. Cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com.
Pitching changes by the opposition, brought to you by Sloan, as Ian Happ steps in. And Ian swings and misses. Tried to check about 3/4 of the way through the cut. Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. The pitch to Happ, and he'll take a strike. Happ called out on strikes both times against Jared Jones. And now he's behind in the count 0-2. Tie game. We're in the 7th inning with 1 away. Here's a check swing roller to the right side, fielded by O'Hearn. Feeds the pitcher just in time. Dotel a little bit nonchalant, running over to cover first. And Craig Counsell says, wait a minute, we might want to challenge that play. It was that close. We are.
Yeah. It's very close at first base. This is one of those plays where you're going to have to slow the camera angle down very slow and stop it when you think he's caught the ball. I
First base is out.
I think you're exactly right, Pat. Dotel going into first base thought it was an easy routine out, and Ian was flying down the line.
All reviews in this game sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
I think Ian's going to be safe at first base. I really do. Looking at it on the big board here is probably the best angle. I think he's going to be safe. They're going to overturn this call. Great hustle by Ian. That is just a hustle play to the max. A check swing, and he was flying down the line.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Runners safe.
How about that?
Chicago will retain the challenge.
That's what you saw, Ron, and that's what the umpire saw. It's a base hit for Ian Happ. Now let's see if that becomes a significant play in this game.
It sure could be. It's one of those things where, in a one-run ball game like this, 1-1 game, any little mistake can change the game.
Wilbur Dotel from the stretch with one away, working on Nico Horner, who hits a pop-up foul and back out of play. Happ is not a big base stealing threat. Ian Happ for the year, in fact, according to my data run, has not attempted a stolen base, which surprises me.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's being held by O'Hearn. He's not running. Nico checks and takes outside. No swing. 1-1.
Seventh inning is sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you.
Horner 0 for 2 waiting. Here's the pitch to Nico. Swinging a foul off to the right. Big crowd at PNC Park. Not too many empty seats. Good atmosphere in the ballpark tonight. And a big game for both teams. Cubs trying to start their road trip on a good note. Here's the 1-2. Nico will take a breaking ball down low near the dirt. Same two teams tomorrow night, and then Sunday a day game. 4 games in Missouri against the Cardinals starting on Monday night. The set for the 2-2. A long set. And now Nico lines one towards center field. There's a base hit. Happ around second. He's going to third. And the throw to third will not be in time. It's cut off. Cubs at first and third. Great base running by Happ. He sensed that ball was not hit sharply, and it would take extra time for the center fielder to get to the ball, and that's why he took third.
Yeah, it's great read by Ian. He reads this right away, and no play at third base at all. Even the throw went into the shortstop spot towards third. No play. Good at bat by Nico Horner, and the Cubs now have a good scoring threat.
And taking third on that run with one away is a big play.
Now a little situational hitting, and the Cubs can take the lead.
Pedro Ramirez batting left-handed, infield back in this tie game, and the pitch taken high. You point out the corner infielders are in, the middle infielders play back.
The middle's playing obviously for the double play. The corner infielders will play the ball wherever it carries them. If it's forward in front of them, they'll throw home. If it takes them to the side, they'll try to turn two.
And the pitch taken high. Now, how about Nico at first? Would he be thinking about possibly stealing? Because they're more concerned about the guy at third than anyone else.
I would think yes. And I wonder if something happened to Dotel.
The catcher, Davis, out to see about the pitcher. The first baseman, O'Hearn, over. No trainer or manager or coach is out to look at him yet.
It was the way he was moving around the mound. Maybe he was just frustrated by misfired on a couple pitches.
He might still be a little mad at himself for not hustling to cover first on the ball hit by Happ.
There you go. Yeah.
1-1 game. Cubs with a good scoring chance. We're in the 7th inning. Big spot. Pedro Ramirez, the rookie, trying to come through. The set, they throw to first. Horner only a step off the bag.
2-0 count in this situation for Ramirez. Being a young guy, I would be really geared up for a good fastball here and see if he can do some damage.
And the 2-0. Swinging a bouncer foul toward first. Threw him a breaking ball. Cutter, it says.
A little tight cutter. In on the hands.
Still a little daylight left here. Lights beginning to take effect. Big crowd, close game, good ball game. The 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Back-to-back cutters from Dotel. Now you got to put this ball in play.
Carson Kelly is on deck. Tie game. One away, 7th inning. Happ leading at third. Horner away from first. And the 2-2. Off the inside. Did not miss by much.
They're going to challenge this. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
There was a strike.
Pittsburgh has 2 challenges remaining.
And Ramirez is out on strikes. 2 down.
Ball just barely clips the inside corner up towards the top of the zone.
So now it'll take either a base hit or some kind of a Pirate mistake to get a run in as Carson Kelly bats.
Huge hole on the right side of the diamond for Kelly.
Carson's been a good clutch hitter all season long. Let's see if he can come through right now as he takes ball 1. Happ at third, Horner at first. 2 of the team's best base runners ready to move. And now the 1-0. Kelly takes low and away. Ball 2, 2-0. This might be a good pitch to hit. Right-hander against right-hander. And the 2-0. Taken for a strike. Taking all the way, which is a little bit surprising, Ron.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought he was going to be aggressive on the 2-0 pitch. And this one a little cutter down and away.
Now the 2-1. Kelly takes just outside. They might challenge that one. Nope. It's 3-1.
See if Carson just tries to shoot this ball the other way. He's been pitched away the entire at bat.
Now the 3-1. And Kelly hits a ground ball to third. Gloved by Gonzalez. Goes to second. There's the force. That's the inning. Cubs can't score. They had a first and third.
Ewing coming over, diving, and he makes the catch. A psychopathic play for Ewing.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He is unbelievable. A spectacular play.
This is that Ellie pterodactyl move.
Michael goes up.
He's got it. He always has it.
Good backhand. Suarez won't throw.
Got him.
And he makes the catch and hangs on. Not an easy play.
There's 1. There's 2. There's 3.
Perfectly done. On the run, extends and makes the play. Oh, baby.
Almost goes to a slide and he makes the catch.
Oh, what a play by Khalil Watson. Are you kidding me? And he can shoot, can he? And Laura just snaps it. Harsher charging, dives and makes the grab.
Oh, Alcantara, the Jaguar.
Oh, plenty of up. How about that? Diving play and short by Neto.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. If your business needs lots of water, the Village of Bedford Park offers a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. One final on the board. The Rockies a 5-2 winner over the Brewers in Milwaukee earlier today. Games in progress, bottom of the 7th inning in Detroit. The Tigers are leading the Royals 2-1. Hao Yu Lee with an RBI single.
Jared Triolo leads off the bottom of the 7th inning, Zach, and takes outside from Matthew Boyd. What else you got?
Paul Goldschmidt, Pat, with a solo home run, his 16th. Yankees lead the Phillies 1-0 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Orioles 3, Braves 2, middle 5.
Boyd missing, and the count 2-0.
The Dodgers and Mets are tied at 1 in the top half of the 5th inning. Luis Robert Jr. with a solo shot for New York. Rays on top of the Guardians, 5-1, top of the 5th inning.
Triolo takes ball 3, 3-0. Cubs bullpen's going to get started, Zach.
Sorry, Pat. Padres and Marlins are tied at 1, middle 4. The Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Ceddanne Rafaela, 2-run shot.
There is a strike, 3-1.
White Sox 3, Astros 0. Bottom of the 2nd inning on the south side. Rangers leading the Mariners 1-0 in the 1st.
3-3, 5-9-3.
And the pitch, fly ball to right. Fairly well hit, but it is playable for Suzuki. Right on the edge of the warning track over toward the corner. Makes the catch. 1 down. What else, Zach?
A's and Twins are scoreless in the bottom of the 1st inning. The Reds and Cardinals, no score, also bottom 1. That game being played in St. Louis. And the first out, Pat, is brought to you by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Here it's a 1-1 tie, a good old-fashioned nail-biter between the Cubs and Pirates. Henry Davis, the batter, he'll take high. These two teams have been battling since 1887, and they've played more games against each other than any other two big league teams. 2,610 games before tonight between the Cubs and Pirates. Pirates have a slight edge in the all-time games against the Cubs. Looks like they've won 32 more games than the Cubs have, but 2,610 battles, Cubs and Pirates. Ground ball past a diving Bregman into left field, a base hit. Davis pulling a single into left. Davis came in hitting 164. But tonight he is 2 for 2 with a base on balls.
Yeah, it's one of those things. He's been Boyd's nemesis tonight. Matthew now getting up in that range where the bullpen will probably start. Yep, there they go. They're getting tuned up. He's at 91 pitches in the ballgame. He has pitched great baseball once again for the Cubs.
Jake Mangum, the leadoff batter, steps in, and he'll take high. Mangum 1 for 3. Bregman shallow at third, anticipating a possible bunt. Bush holding the runner Davis at first. Boyd fires. This ball is nubbed foul off the end of the bat. 1-1. Should be getting the attendance figure here soon.
Hollowell and Webb, Patrick, warming up in the Cubs bullpen.
Now the 1-1. Fouled away, a late swing. 1-2. What pitch you like here, Ron?
I think for Matthew's got options. You could go with the changeup after the inside fastball and see if you get the punch out. Mangum looks like he's got changeup on the mind. He was very late on that last fastball, and I know that's just, because he's got that change. He's thinking about the changeup.
Cub infielders looking for some kind of a ground ball, and the pitch. Lashed foul down the right field line.
There was the change.
Boyd at 95 pitches. He is ready for the 1-2. The runner goes, and the pitch, bouncing ball right side. That's going to be a base hit off the glove of Bush. The ball rolls into shallow right field. Suzuki hustles in to pick it up. Runners at first and third on the hit and run. Mangum gets the base hit, and the Pirates with a scoring chance, first and third, one away.
Now, Davis runs pretty well for a catcher, that's for sure. And this is just, he takes off and the ball just put in play. Michael Busch does everything in his power to try to keep this ball in the infield part so Davis couldn't go first to third. It ticks off his glove and just trickles into the outfield grass. And it's just one of those things. Matthew Boyd, I think there's been 3 infield hits now in this game and a bunt single.
You're right, Ron. Very few hard-hit line drives against Boyd all night long.
And now at 96 pitches, Tommy Hotovy goes out to the mound, not Craig Counsell. And they're going to let Boyd either finish this inning. He has done pretty good work against Gonzalez so far.
Gonzalez in the game has flied out, singled and flied out again. His single was an infield hit back in the third. That was the play on which Horner made the fantastic diving stop on the ball up the middle. And instead of the Pirates getting a run, the runner at third was tagged out after Nico made that great play. All right, ready to resume play. Tie game. One away, runners at first and third. Fly ball to left. Shallow coming in as Happ. Tagging is the runner Davis. The catch by Happ. The throw to the plate. Here comes the runner. He is out at the plate. What a throw by Ian Happ. A one-hop strike to Carson Kelly. The play not even close at home plate. Davis tried a head-first slide out easily. Great defensive play by Ian Happ, and the inning is over.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Own yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
1-1 ball game, top of the 8th inning. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
1-1 game, 8th inning. Dansby Swanson will lead it off and swing and miss. A 7-2 double play. You don't see many of those. Beautiful throw by Ian Happ. A one-hop strike to Carson Kelly. Davis tried a head-first slide and was out easily. Dansby now swings and misses. The new Pirate pitcher is a left-hander by the name of Mason Montgomery.
And Mr. Montgomery he's also another one of them power arms this Pirates group has. He's blistered that last heater at 99 miles an hour.
He's got a 3.79 ERA. The pitch to Dansby, swing and a miss, strike 3. Swanson is out on strikes. We're in the 8th inning. It's a 1-1 game. The attendance tonight, 33,593. And looks like I was a little bit closer in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Pete Crow Armstrong takes high. Pete's homer in the 6th inning is the extent of the Cubs scoring. His 22nd of the year. And the pitch. Swings and fouls it back. He hangs in there pretty well against left-handers, and it seems, Ron, to me that Pete is getting better and better as he gets more experience at handling left-handed pitching.
Yeah, I would agree, and there's no doubt about that.
Here's the 1-1. High for a ball.
And I think it comes down to trust, right? Not trying to sell out so much for the fastball and getting way out in front. You see the ball and trust that your hands are quick enough to catch up to just about any pitch. And you don't see him chasing a lot of the breaking balls down and away that we saw earlier in the season.
Opponent's pitching changes, by the way. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs. As Montgomery deals, Pete takes high, ball 3. Sloan is also the leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Okay, let's see if he gets something to hit on 3-1. He should. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul off to the left. He did get a pitch to hit.
He put a big rip. He hit that ball right on the barrel just underneath and fouled it back.
Montgomery can bring it, as Ron told you. That was 99 mph. They're set for the 3-2. Strike 3. Pete wants to challenge that. Pete is backpedaling to first. He wants to challenge that call. Pete looked very confident of that. He's at first base, but it was a call, strike 3. Right at the knees. Just did get the strike zone, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, it's fastball in the middle of the plate, but right at the bottom of the zone.
It's up to Seiya Suzuki. Seiya, nothing for 3, takes inside. Pete seemed almost 100% sure that pitch was going to be called low. He trotted all the way down to first, even though he knew it was being challenged. Suzuki rams it foul off to the right, out of play. The attendance winner brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. We thank Benny's for sponsoring the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Seiya takes a slow curve for a strike. 1-2. We stay tuned for the toast of the game. That'll be presented by Ron Coomer. And that's coming up later in the 8th inning. There's a swing and a pop-up foul off to the right, out of play.
How about tough plays of the game? The play by Nico up the middle today. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
We've talked many times, this is the best defensive Cubs team I have ever seen in my 31 years with the Cubs. And some nights or days, the defense dominates the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the 1-2 taken high. And it's such a momentum-changing play when you make a great defensive play and steal a run from the other team.
Yeah, that play by Nico definitely stole the run.
2-2, strike 3 called. Suzuki out on strikes. Montgomery strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Grounded toward first. Vladdy snatches it on the line, spins, throws a strike to Bieber, covering the back for the out. Got that on the shoestring and spun like a shortstop up the middle.
A swing and a little flare into shallow left. Coming hard. Diving is caught. He made another great catch. Well, that's
rolled over the mound up the middle. Clement slides to pick it up, spins as he comes up from the turf, and throws to first to get the out. A Gold Glove caliber play up the middle from Ernie Clement.
Chris Sale, excellent as always. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. All 11 of those swinging.
An immaculate 4th inning for Gavin Williams. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and strikes out the side.
He could be on another planet the way he just pitched. How about 9 pitches and he strikes out the side? You can't do it any better than that.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead. Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly! Gone! How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the 6th.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball. Man, did he hammer that thing. That was 3/4 of the way up those seats out there in right center field.
That's wrong. Call D&W, Chicago's injury law group. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Cubs make a pitching change, brought to you by James Hardy Building Products. Siding with the Cubs, Jacob Webb, the new man on the mound. And the first pitch is fouled away by Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Nothing for 3 in the game. Webb coming back 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. Quality start by Matthew Boyd. He turned in a great performance tonight, Ron.
Yeah, he really did. It's unfortunate that he's not in line to get the win, but 7 innings, 1 run. He gave up 7 hits, but 4 of them, I believe, did not leave the infield. A bunt and 3 infield hits.
Check swing, strike 3 called. Reynolds called out on strikes. 1 away, 8th inning, tie game.
Well, there's been some great plays in this ball game. Nico, Ian, catch of the game today. That's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. The Iowa State Fair is back August 13th through the 23rd. Catch Fair spirit and plan your trip to the iowastatefair.org.
As Marilyn Valdez, right-handed batter, takes a strike. Webb coming back 0-1. Valdez checks and takes high, 1-1.
That punch out from Webb. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Lights almost have taken full effect here at PNC Park. There's a smash on the ground to third, gloved by Bregman. Plants the feet, makes the throw, gets his man. 2 down.
Couple good plays at third base tonight by Bregman on the backhand side. One threw the ball from the outfield grass in a backhand a couple innings ago, and now this one. They look pretty routine because he is just a very good defender also, like the rest of the Cubs infield.
Zach is preparing the post-game show coming up after our ball game tonight, as Ryan O'Hearn, left-handed batter, will swing and miss. It's the Old National Bank Cubs radio post-game show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network, with Zach Zaidman. The next pitch. Line to right center, a base hit. Over to pick it up is Crow Armstrong. It's a 2-out single for Ryan O'Hearn. And the next batter is Marcell Ozuna.
Well, O'Hearn was looking to go deep. He gets this pitch, little off-speed pitch away, and just shoots it back through the middle. Now you got to be careful with Ozuna. He's not having a very good year this year. But as we know, he's got big pop in his bat. He's got 8 home runs, which is very down for him. But he's going to be trying to hit one here.
Here's the pitch. Ozuna taking a strike. O'Hearn at first is being held on by Bush. Here comes the set for the 0-1. Ground ball toward short, fielded by Swanson, throws to first, gets his man. Jacob Webb works a scoreless 8th inning. The nail biter goes into the final inning at the end of 8.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some...
Crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Dominic Canzone. You think about this time a year ago, he was off the radar when you think about it, right?
Canzone plugs this deep out to the gap. Right center field. Dom Canzone! An opening night bomb. And the Mariners have taken the lead.
Well, Dom Canzone picking up right where he left off. This was a sinker middle part of the plate. Got that foot down, all those adjustments he made with that swing and that lower half last year. A huge contributor.
There's the tic-tac-toe game. He's got it started. We'll see if Wally Joyner wants to play. Aha! Good move. Good move, Wally. That's a good move. It's a block by Lyons. Joyner now. He's going to the bottom left corner. This is Steve Blanche. He put 2 X's in on 1 turn. For the victory. Now he tells him, I cheat.
Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Getting set for the top of the 9th inning here in Pittsburgh. Cubs 1, Pirates 1. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Gregory Soto, the Pirate closer, is on to work in the 9th inning in a 1-1 game. Michael Bush will lead it off. Alex Bregman to bat second, and then Ian Happ. And here we go in the 9th inning. Lefty to lefty. First pitch outside to Bush.
Soto, big left-hander, gives you a little 3/4 delivery. Throws very hard in the high 90s.
The next pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. He's worked 41 innings. He's been their closer, 13 saves, but he let 5 other chances slip away. He's walked 18 men in 41 innings, and that's a kind of an alarmingly high number, too.
Yep. I'm not sure what's going on here. I think Davis went out there to talk to him. He was kind of, I don't know if he came set before they even gave him the selection of what he was going to throw. It makes it a little difficult on the old catcher when guys throw 97 and you're not sure if he's going with the heater or the slider.
1 ball and 1 strike on Bush. Check swing on a breaking ball, no swing, says third base umpire Andy Fletcher, who is also the crew chief of this quartet. Lefty to lefty, Bush trying to start a 9th inning rally in a tie game. Hits one foul off his foot. Ball squirts out toward the mound, but it was dead the minute it hit Bush's foot. Again, with the City Connect black shirts and trousers for the Pirates and the black umpire shirts, it looks like there's fielders all over the entire infield.
Yeah, the Cubs are being outmanned right now. I don't know how that's not fair.
Now the 2-2 to Bush. Outside, okay. A walk would be very welcome right now. Bush leading off the 9th inning in a tie game. Let's see if he gets something to hammer on the payoff pitch. And here it comes. Bush hits a ground ball to second base. Fielded by Lau, throws to first in time. One away, the batter, Alex Bregman. Ron, if you're batting in a spot like this, are you thinking long ball?
Yeah, I'm looking for a ball I can drive and hit out of the park. Absolutely. You're looking for something inner half would be my thoughts with Bregman right now. I would think Soto would try to stay away from him.
Bregman, nothing for 2 with a walk in the game. The pitch. First pitch in there for a strike.
That one right at the top of the zone. Fastball right down the middle, but at the top of the zone.
In about 5 minutes, the lights will take full effect here at PNC Park. Here's a fly ball to center, shallow. Ranging in is Mangum, making the catch. 2 down.
Pretty good pitch by Soto after 97 at the top of the zone, and you go a little changeup. Perfect location down and away.
And it's up to Ian Happ. Ian 1 for 3 with an infield hit, batting right-handed in this spot. And the pitch by Soto, hit in the air to right, foul, slicing out of play. Happ made a great throw on the back end of a 7-2 double play back in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1. Inside to Ian. Happ looking for something he can drive with 2 down in the 9th inning in a tie game. And he takes upstairs. 2-1. Nico Horner on deck. And now the 2-1. Swing and a foul back. That was a little bit of a hanging breaking ball, but he got away with it.
Yeah, up and out over the plate. Absolutely. They're playing they're playing Ian around towards right center field.
The 2-2. Pulled on the ground, foul past third. A broken bat. You could see a gigantic sliver fly out of the bat upon contact. Ball hit fairly sharply, but fouled by a foot. So Ian needs some new lumber, and he'll go get some. The Pittsburgh native, Ian Happ, back toward the batter's box now. Cubs with only 4 hits in this game. Pirates have 8. Game tied at 1 in the 9th. And the 2-2. Happ swings and fouls it back.
Well, he put a good swing on that last fastball. Fouled it straight back.
Little gentle breeze seems to be blowing in slightly from left, center, and center. Soto's pitch way outside, not close. 3-2. Ian would gladly take a walk in this spot. Soto, a very hard thrower. The left-hander ready. Ready to bring it. Here it is. Happ hits a pop fly into shallow left center. Going out Triolo. The shortstop makes the catch to end the inning. Cubs do nothing in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom half. 1-1 game.
I want to see what JJ does in these spots. Down 2 strikes. In the air center. Mullins on the run. Still going back. JJ Weatherholt homers in his debut. Incredible. Just goosebumps right now at Busch Stadium. You could not have written that any better. 0-2. Dead center field, 425-foot shot. My goodness. How fast can you fall in love, St. Louis?
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. I'm gonna open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
Or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Caleb Thielbar is the new man on the mound. Zach, the veteran southpaw, will go to work on the bottom of the order, Lau, Triolo, and Davis. And his objective is to get the Cubs into an extra inning ball game. First pitch to Lau, lefty to lefty. Curveball is outside, ball one. Lau, a dangerous man, 21 home runs. Lines one, caught by Bregman at third. A bullet right to the third baseman. And Ron, as a left-handed batter, do you expect that ball to be coming at you like that?
Not like that. That is Bregman playing on the edge of the grass in the infield. And I mean, this one's headed right for his dome. I mean, that's get the glove up in a hurry. That's just protection.
One away, Triolo the batter. And the first pitch drops in there for a strike. Haven't heard the old dome reference lately. I kind of liked it.
I just like that he caught the ball instead of it hitting him off it.
Thielbar always works from a stretch. The next pitch fouled away, 0-2. One away, bottom of the ninth inning, a 1-1 tie. $33,000 plus are here. A breaking ball is outside. 1-2. And they're expecting big crowds all weekend long. Cubs and Pirates. The 1-2 fouled away. We'll do it again. Both teams with high hopes for the postseason. Pittsburgh has not been there in 11 years.
Yeah.
It's a long drought. The next pitch missing low and inside, 2-2.
I know you and I were talking here earlier. This is not a ball club you would want to have to play in the first round of the playoffs.
Not really.
With their starting pitching.
And the 2-2 outside, 3-2. And they've got some hitting, Ron. They've got some hitters on this team.
Or might be the top offense in baseball right now, the way they're swinging it.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. A good overhand curveball gets him. And that's out number 2.
Good downward tilt on that hook. It starts out up, well up out of the zone and ends up below the zone.
Henry Davis, the batter, he drove in the Pirates' tally with an infield single back in the 5th inning. Thielbar's pitch, pop fly foul, and out of play. His infield hit came with no outs, by the way, so the Pirates still had a run in and the bases loaded and nobody out, and Matthew Boyd did not allow a second run. Here's a drive foul to left out of play, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Matthew with an outstanding job today. I think that bases loaded, a run in and nobody out. Yeah, it's the only run you gave up.
Pete Crow Armstrong then tied the game with a homer in the 6th, and it's still tied, and we're in the bottom of the 9th. High pop fly into shallow center, backpedaling and calling is Dansby Swanson. This game is going into extra innings. Dansby makes a routine catch. Let's see what the Cubs offense can do. Remember, a courtesy run.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Where are you from?
Chicago. 1-1 to Listad. He lines one into left field. That's going to drop in front of Bo Jackson. Nielsen around third, coming to the plate. Good throw! And Bo throws him out.
What wow, that Bo Jackson, the Bionic hit with the arm. Man, I'm impressed, and I'm not usually impressed that much.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if it's right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Top of the 10th inning in Pittsburgh. Cubs won, Pirates won. The 10th inning is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Pat?
Right-hander Johan Ramirez is on the mound for the Pirates. He's done a good job so far this year. 42 games, a 3.21 ERA. And his record is 6-2. Courtesy runner is Ian Happ at second base. Here we go, 10th inning, Nico Horner batting. Nico took a poke at right field and swung and missed. Happ, the runner at second base. Game tied at 1 as we start the 10th inning. Nico 1 for 3 in the game. Now the pitch by Johan Ramirez. It's on the way, and Nico again took a poke at right field and fouled it back. 0-2.
Yeah, got back-to-back sliders, and he's trying to shoot them the other way.
Pedro Ramirez is on deck. And then Carson Kelly. Nico swings and fouls it back. Happ, a good base runner at second base. Pirates will have the top of their order due up in the bottom of this 10th inning. Now the 0-2. Nico again fouling it away. It looked like he was trying to hit the ball inside out the other way.
Yeah, that was an inside, I think an inside fastball, maybe even a breaking ball, and he's trying to shoot it to the right side to get at least get Ian Happ to third.
Here's the pitch to Horner. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball got him. One away before Ramirez bats. We pause 10 for ID on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score on Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Top of the 10th inning in a 1-1 tie. Pedro Ramirez pulls it foul right side. Ron, if you're Ramirez, what's your approach here?
You're trying to drive a ball to the gap or do some damage here. You know, early, like that first pitch was a breaking ball, and he saw it inner half. He's trying to drive one. The right fielder right now, Valdez, is playing very shallow and right.
Here's a line drive foul down the right field line.
So he is trying to make sure if it's a base hit to right, because it's such a short porch, the ball's hit over his head, it's over his head, you know, but you should be able to get back and catch a fly ball. But the shallow, the base hit in front of him, he wants a shot at throwing Ian out at the plate.
0-2 on Pedro Ramirez. And the delivery. Bouncing ball to short. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first base is not in time. Happ had to hold at second. Happ holding at second base. It's an infield single for Ramirez. And the Cubs have men at first and second with one away. And the batter is Carson Kelly.
Now Ramirez hits this ball the other way. That hole on the left side is vacated. And I'm kind of surprised Ian didn't try to take third base on the throw to first. I think he was wondering whether or not there was actually going to be a throw from Triolo. And once he cut that ball loose, Ian could have got to third base.
2 men on with one away. Give Ramirez an infield single. Michael Conforto pinch hitting for Carson Kelly. Conforto, a left-handed batter with power, will take a strike, and it's 0-1. Conforto with 4 pinch hit home runs this season, ties a team record.
This would be a good time to break the record.
Sure would. The 0-1, swinging a foul back.
Well, you got a pitch to hit, too. Inner half. The only thing was it was 98 miles an hour.
Valdez in right still not playing what you'd say is deep. Cubs 1, Pirates 1, top of the 10th inning. With one away, runners at first and second for the Cubs. Conforto trying to drive in the go-ahead tally. And the pitch. A swing and a line drive to second, caught by Lau. And that's out number 2. A soft line drive. And Conforto is retired. And it's up to Dansby Swanson now in a big, big spot for the Cubs.
A little jam shot by Conforto on that heater in. Now Cubs need a big 2-out hit.
Swanson without a hit tonight. Nothing for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Right-hander to right-hander. The pitch to Dansby. Inside for a ball.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher's challenging.
Pirates are going to challenge that last call by home plate umpire Alex Tosi. And it was way inside.
Ball. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
Dansby has the power to knock one over that left field wall, especially right down the line. It's only 325 to that corner. Very inviting. Here comes the 1-0. Swanson takes outside. Good save by the catcher Davis. Almost a wild pitch.
Ball strike challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Yeah, that was just held on to that slider too long and ended up in the left-handed batter's box. Davis back out to the mound. For a 1-1 ball game in the 10th, he's had a lot of trips to the mound today. And they're not very quick ones either.
There's just a little extra tension. You get to this time of the year, Ron, you got a chance to make the playoffs. And in the Pirates case, we mentioned it's been a 7 years since they're back there, so this is a big deal for them.
No doubt about it, absolutely.
Certainly a big deal for the Cubs as well. And Swanson waits for the 2-0. And the pitch to Dansby, swinging a line drive, base hit center field. Happ's going to try to score. The throw by Mangum to the plate. Ian slides in safely. Cubs take the lead. Dansby Swanson delivers on the throw to the plate. Ramirez held at second base, but the Cubs have the lead. Are the Pirates going to challenge that last call at the plate?
I think they are, and only because, that's the go-ahead run in the 10th inning. Ian, the only question would be whether or not Ian actually touched the plate with his front foot or not, and did he bounce over the plate? The other thing that was a very odd thing is Davis, instead of staying in front of the plate, caught this ball behind the plate and then had to dive forward, which is very odd why he went backwards. We're still taking a look. Ian's front foot hits the dirt and then pops up. Does it go over the plate or does it touch the plate is the question.
Watching it from several angles, I can't tell. With his left foot, the heel hit the ground in front of the plate. His foot came up in the air. He tried to get the foot back down and scrape it across home plate. I'm not sure if he did or not. The catcher Davis making a flying tag of Ian Happ.
Davis was behind the right-handed batter's box when he caught the ball, or right at the back foot spot of where the right-handed hitter would stand, which is, instead of being, if he's in front of the plate and catches this ball, Ian would have been out at the plate for sure.
A long deliberation. They're watching it over and over again in New York City at Video Central, where they have all kinds of angles. And we're going to get a final verdict here pretty soon. Here it comes.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe.
The runner is safe at the plate.
Well, that's one of those calls that's very close either way. And sometimes you don't have the ability to tell for sure what it was. And the Cubs benefit, and Ian scores the go-ahead run.
Cubs have a 2-1 lead. And now 2 men on, 2 down, and the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong, and Pete takes high for a ball. So the Cubs with a 2-1 lead. Ramirez the runner at second. Dansby Swanson a clutch RBI single at first for Dansby. And now the pitch on the way. Pete takes low and inside. Now this is a big at-bat.
Yeah.
You've got to run in. Now you want some insurance.
Well, as a visiting team, when you're playing extra innings with the man at second, you're always trying to play for 2 runs. You kind of figure the home team has the big advantage in this situation. So now they're going to...
How about an intentional walk?
How about that?
Wow. The bags are now loaded. They did not want to mess with Pete Crow Armstrong at all. They'll take their chances with Seiya Suzuki, but it also puts a little more pressure on the pitcher to throw strikes.
Wow, this is some move here.
Bags are loaded. The pitch to Seiya. He takes outside. He could give the Cubs a nice little cushion if he can lash one into the outfield somewhere. Walks by Cubs batters. Sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs. Avoid the fines. Fastball is high. Ball 2. 2-0. This could be the pitch of the game right here.
No doubt. You've got to throw a strike. And if you're Suzuki, here comes the pitching coach now with I think the Pirates lead the league in slow walks to the mound.
This is Bill Murphy. Yeah, he's just out for a little Sunday afternoon stroll.
There's nothing quick about this at all.
He's going to pick up the grandkids and go over to the park and just leisurely.
I'll say this: he gets more camera time. Maybe that's what he's shooting for with 40,000 people here. I don't know. But he definitely leads the league in the slowest walk to the mound and back to the dugout.
The count 2-0 on Suzuki. Bases loaded, 2 down. 1 run is in. The Cubs lead 2-1 here in the top of the 10th inning. And Seiya on this pitch could break the game open a little bit.
Kind of an odd time to have a meeting after 2-0 count. Now you break somewhat of the momentum.
Here's the pitch. Fastball is high for ball 3. You're taking all the way, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm taking absolutely. Yep.
3-0. Seiya waiting for the 3-0, and here it comes. It's taken high, and the Cubs have scored again. The Cubs now lead 3-1. A 4-pitch walk to Suzuki. Again, you go back to the intentional walk to Pete Crow Armstrong. Ron, you knew that would put pressure on the pitcher, and it did.
Yeah, it's one of those plays, very rarely do you ever see a hitter get intentionally walk to load the bases and move everybody up 90 feet.
Michael Busch, the batter, he can really break the game wide open.
I think the last time I saw that was Barry Bonds hitting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah.
Cubs lead 3-1. Busch at the plate, 0 for 4. The pitch to Michael. And he'll take another pitch for a strike. 0-2. Cubs 3, Pirates 1. Top of the 10th inning.
I go back to the meeting for the pitching coach. 2-0 count going out to the mound and just kind of breaking the momentum and rhythm up of the pitcher. To me, that's tough meeting.
Now Busch swings and misses, strike 3, and that ends the inning. But the Cubs score twice. They lead 3. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Time to fasten those seatbelts. Cubs 3, Pirates 1.
Speaking of the AL East, the Rays are back in the driver's seat thanks to a week to remember from Junior Caminero. The Rays' blossoming superstar earned Player of the Week honors last week and has continued to rake.
Oh, yeah, he's still got the power. What a blistering pace.
Becoming the youngest player since 1900 to homer in 6 straight games and launching 9 homers in his last 8 games. During that torrid stretch, he posted the 8th 3-homer game in Rays history.
What a day to remember at Tropicana Field.
Junior's major output kick-started an 8-game winning streak for the Rays, as the team looks to capitalize on the Yankees' recent struggles.
An incandescent stretch for Junior Caminero.
And after hosting a week-long home run derby of his own, Junior will once again return to the stage for the real thing during All-Star Week in Philly. After finishing as the runner-up to Cal Raleigh last year, he'll have his eyes set on the prize this time around.
Dom Canzone will lead off for the Mariners.
Canzone, deep blast. You can't forget about it. Dom Canzone strikes twice on opening night.
Yeah, just an easy 109 exit off the bat from Dom Canzone. 93 down and in. Crushes this ball. Same spot, right center.
Multi-homer game for Canzone. A 1-run game now, the bottom of the 7th. Let's rely on the home run ball, huh?
Legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Bottom of inning number 10, Cubs 3, Pirates 1. Pirates have the courtesy runner at second base. That's going to be Davis. Jake Mangum to lead it off. Gavin Hollowell on the mound. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. It's bunted toward third. Bregman will throw him out at first. Very nice play. Hollowell and Bregman were both in the area. Bregman obviously called him off and said, "I've got it." Hollowell then bailed out. Bregman made the play, so they get the out at first, and now a runner goes to third.
Yeah, nice play by Bregman coming in and making this play. Yeah, and this is just one of those moves where they're just trying to get another man on base.
Nick Gonzalez, the batter. It's high. I was a little surprised to see that play, actually.
Yeah, I just think what he's trying to do is make first and third and nobody out.
Hollowell with one career save in 2023 when he was with Colorado. Gonzalez hits a ground ball to short. The throw is going to go to first by Dansby. In time, a run scores. It is now a 3-2 ball game, but now there are 2 outs with nobody on, and the Cubs 1 out away from a very big win.
Yeah, this would be a big win, is right. Boy, that extra run looks very large now, doesn't it?
Gigantic. Dangerous hitter at the plate, Brian Reynolds. And you know what he's thinking as he takes a backdoor curve for a strike.
Yeah, he's thinking about that short porch and right.
Reynolds a quiet 0 for 4. Here comes the 0-1 from Hollowell. A swing and a line drive to right. Suzuki is there. He's got it. And the Cubs win the ball game. Reynolds hit a bullet. Did not get underneath it. And the line drive caught over toward right center as Suzuki was backpedaling onto the warning track. And the Cubs hang on to win this ball game by a score of 3-2 in 10 innings. Big win for the Cubs.
Yeah, excellent ball game for the Cubs tonight. It's one of those things. You get a great performance by Matthew Boyd. A couple key hits. Pete Crow-Armstrong with a very nice night, a double and a home run, and Cubs squeak one out. This is a game where this is a really good win for the Cubs.
Cubs congratulating one another. We'll get the totals and the summaries to you shortly. It is time to fly the W. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. Cubs winning it 3-2, and we'll be back with more right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.